Hey everyone, welcome to the Wireless Woodworker episode number 4. Today we are going to build this table, specifically the shaker side table. I'm Tim, welcome to the shop.
One of the quintessential first woodworking projects seems to be a small side table. Some call these side tables, some call them end tables, plant stands, night tables, etc. I have no idea what's actually correct, so I'm going to stick with side table for now. Feel free to disagree, but I've never made one, so I think it's just about time. I decided on a classic shaker design mainly because it fits in with the style of our house, but also because the Schwartz did a great DVD for Lee Nielsen a few years ago showing the build process step by step. His design has nice, elegant lines and should last a lifetime, even with the small, tiny little legs. The basic side table form is a great project for the novice woodworker because there's so many different options with it. As I was building it, all of the different joinery options became really readily apparent. I went with the mortise and tenons for the leg to apron joint, but you could easily do pegs, dominoes, pocket holes. The same thing for the drawer construction. I went with dovetails all the way around, but you could do any number of different options. If you want to work on your turning, you could make round legs. You could carve them if you want to get crazy or add fancy moldings. The relatively small scale also makes it approachable from a hand tools perspective. The wood didn't touch a machine for my table until I turned the knob on the lathe. The shakers were big on form following function, so they chose the mortise and tenon joinery for the legs, not to show off their joinery skills, but because it was the strongest, simplest joint. Ditto for the dovetail drawer, which was chosen for its strength. It also looks great, I think, especially with the cherry and poplar that I'm going with. Shaker designs generally look nice in most domestic hardwoods. Chris Schwartz made his out of maple. I'm going to go with cherry for most of it, and then poplar for the drawer sides. Pine may also be a nice choice for the whole thing, and it's a little more readily available. Selecting the right stock for the different pieces actually makes a really big difference to the final look as well. I really had no idea, actually. For the legs, you want nice straight grain lines on all four sides. Chris calls it bastard sawn. I call it riff sawn. I don't know if there's a difference. The main thing is that you don't want cathedrals on any of the legs interrupting the flow. You want nice straight lines there. On the other hand, the cathedrals add some nice interest to the aprons. So if you're using plain sawn lumber like I am, you can save the center sections for the aprons and the drawer front. The top is an 18-inch square, and it requires a little bit more thought. I don't have any 18-inch wide cherry, but I do have some 10-inch wide stock, so I'm going to use that in a panel. If you don't have 10-inch wide, you might need to use a few pieces. You might need to use 3 pieces instead. To avoid a harsh line in the middle of the panel, you want to aim for the straight grain to straight grain joint along that edge, just to blend them in. If you have some nice interesting grain going on, you could also do a book match here, although it makes smoothing the top a little bit more of a challenge. I didn't film a lot of the finishing process, mostly because if I think it's boring to do, it would be really boring to watch. So I did a few tests on some scrap cherry and decided on a thin coat of medium walnut Danish oil, and then I finished it with a shellac polish, which is the preferred top coat. And finally, just a quick paste wax on the finish. That is about it for this little furniture project. If you like, you can please go ahead and subscribe. And you can find me at all sorts of places online. Most active on Instagram at The Wireless Woodworker, Twitter, The Wireless WW, or you can go straight to the website at thewirelesswoodworker.com. Thanks for watching.